3-1 up. Where did this one get away from you guys tonight?
Just I think too many chances again in third. Had a good start, obviously, with a goal. And then they start generating things, and we're not able to close it off.
What was Sheldon's message during the time out there?
Just set. We're in a game. I think it was just a chance to reset. I think the score was 3-2, if I'm not mistaken, at the time of the timeout. So it was just a chance to reset.
What do you think it's going to take to kind of turn things around? Obviously, going home, I'm sure will help.
Yeah, these things are tough to turn around and tough to get out of, but it's important to not be discouraged, not lose confidence, not lose your direction. You want to just keep working, not give up. We got a bunch of guys in there that are doing what they can to turn things around, and we're going to keep going. We're not going to give up. We're not going to, try to turn away from anything. We're going to just keep going until we right the ship.
What's the frustration level?
It is what it is. It goes up and down. We felt pretty good about how we were playing there for a period of time, and obviously you lose a game, it's not what you want. But you can get frustrated all you want. It's not going to help anything. It's important that we keep our focus, keep our confidence, and just keep working. You can get frustrated all you want about a lot of different things, but this is on us. So the players are in control of the outcome. So we're not going to lose sight of that.
What can you draw upon in terms of last year? You were in a tough spot at the start of the season. Is there anything you can learn from that to take to this?
Yeah, there's lots of good teams that have had tough starts, and we're one of them last year, and we turned things around, and we went on a little run. So it's important that we don't get discouraged. Nobody's making excuses saying it's early in the season and that this is okay. We're not saying that, but it's important that we keep our focus on it's a long season, and we have an opportunity here to start playing some good hockey. We have the belief in the group, we have the individuals that can do it, and it's on us to go out there and do it.
Auston, how much does this one sting?
Yeah, this one's tough. I think I thought we had a really good start to the game in the first period, and then the second we didn't control much play. I think just didn't do a great job of supporting each other, breaking out pucks. Really just couldn't get much going in the second. And then in the third, I think, it was a pretty even period, just a couple breakdowns that obviously they capitalized on.
What's going to take for you guys to get out of this again?
We just got to work through it. This is the adversity that, throughout the season you're always going to go through. So, something similar we went through last year. Obviously, you never want to repeat mistakes, but sometimes that's the way it goes, and you really just got to climb out of that hole that we've dug ourselves. And obviously, this one's a tough one to, kind of tough one to swallow. But we got an opportunity to regroup, go home here, have a couple days, and get back at it.
As a leader, as part of the leadership group, what can you do, or what do you focus on at a time like this?
I think just keeping the room more upbeat and positive. I think it's really easy when stuff's not going well to have a not upbeat kind of room and kind of sulk a little bit. But I think it's our job to come to the rink every day and work our hardest and compete out there on the ice, and do our job. So obviously, not the road trip that we wanted, but we got a lot of work to do, and like I said, we got a bit of a hole that we got to dig ourselves out of, and it starts with us, starts with myself. We just got to get back to work.
What was Sheldon's message to the group when you guys had the TV timeout, or the timeout there?
I think it was more so just to regroup, everybody take a breath. Still got 5, 6, 7 minutes to play, and just go out there and play.
What can you draw from last year, or anything draw?
It's really easy, it feels like the world's crashing down on you and all this stuff. But, I think what we have in our group and within our group and our organization and everybody within expects a lot from each other, and we have a standard that obviously we need to raise, and, it starts within the group. So, it's easy to kind of look on the outside and, read all the stuff that's being written and all that stuff, but in the end it doesn't matter. What matters is, our belief in our group and inside the room and what we need to do to obviously turn it around.
So outside of the game, tonight was a celebration of Dia de los Muertos. What's the memory of your childhood?
Yeah, lots of Mexican food. Obviously, culture that's very close to me, and always enjoyed celebrating, holidays like this.
Where did this game get away from you guys?
Well, we started off the period exactly how we wanted to, and unfortunately, we let them get that second one that obviously breathed a lot of life into them. So, obviously we just got to eliminate some of the mistakes in the execution. Just has to be better. Obviously, it feels doesn't feel great, especially being in control like we were. So obviously facing some adversity here, and on us to work our way out of it.
What's it going to take? Do you think that it's always hard to get out of something like this? What's it going to take?
Well, I think just continuing to challenge ourselves to be better and work as hard as we can every day. And obviously, each and every time we get an opportunity, we got to find a way to up our execution and continuing to play more and more of a complete game and the way we want to play.
Does this feel different than last year?
You know what? It's a new journey, so it doesn't really. I don't really look at it as trying to compare to last year. I think you can draw on from experiences and you've been through things. So, every year, to get to where we want to get to, it's not easy. There's challenges along the way. There's difficulties. Obviously, we're facing some adversity now. So, obviously not the way we wanted the trip to go, but heading back home, regroup here, get back to work, and look forward to the next opportunity.
How do you build confidence as a group in a moment like this?
Well, I think you continue to work on your habits. I think no question. Anytime we watch video, we have our meetings. I think emphasizing the things that we have to get better at and going out there and executing them in practice, and just continuing to compete, finding another way to push yourself to another level, and just being very direct with our game, and then allowing the confidence to kind of grow from there as good things start to happen.
As a leadership group, what do you do at a time like this? How do you kind of rally things?
Well, I think we've got a lot of hockey upcoming here, a lot of hockey to go. So, like I said, I think regroup, heading back home, take advantage of a travel day to rest, and then it's back to work and practice, and everyone not hanging our heads, sticking together, and just continuing to work. And I have complete belief in our group and confidence in the people we have, the skill that we have. And everybody that we're all going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to work our way out of it, and we get a great chance here in a few days.
Went wrong tonight?
Obviously the turnovers for me. First one, trying to make a play in our zone, just got to make sure I'm certain on that, and the second one, there's no real need to bring that up top and fumble with it. So those two I take on responsibility of, and gave them momentum in the third, and it sucks.
Was this one more because you guys had the lead most of the way and had the penalty shot chance too? You had more chances to put this one away.
Well, I think we had a lot of chances throughout the game. Big saves on their end. I mean, Sheldon made a couple of massive saves on our end too. So, like I said, third there where I thought we were rolling pretty well. Just tried to be too fancy at the blue line or try to make a play a little too high, and those ones you gotta make sure you're certain with them.
You're trying
No.
so hard to no.
No, I don't even know where you're going with that, but no, I'm not trying too hard. I mean, whatever you're saying, I think sometimes bounces go the wrong way. Like that first one, I make that play a lot of times. I'm not, sometimes I just underpassed it to Gio there. I got to make sure it's more certain or just hold on to it. Second one, like I said, just a little too much fumbling at the top, especially against that line. They want the odd man rushes, the cheat chances. So just got to make sure I'm certain with my pucks. And tonight I wasn't too good with it.
How would you describe the confidence level in that room right now?
I still think it's very high. I mean, we started off a lot worse last year, and everyone tried to put, shambles in our brains. So it's not going to happen with us. We're getting to go back home now. It's time to regroup, rethink, and just make sure we get some good practices in us here, and make sure we're ready to go for the next one.
Who's everyone? And say everyone tried to mess with your brain. What
Well, like outside noise. I mean, it's big in Toronto, especially. So for us, we're blocking that out. We know we got that confidence in that room. We got the players in that room. It's just making sure we stick with our programming, stick with our systems, and stuff's going to start falling for us. It hasn't here recently, but I think we just got to play a little simpler sometimes, get pucks more to the net, just be more direct with it. And I think sometimes we got a little too carried away and trying to look for too much of a pretty play.
During the TV timeout, when you grabbed the stick and went down the tunnel, does that help you reset? How hard was it to get refocused after the plays went against you?
No, I mean, sometimes you got to take some frustration on. That's how you do it. So, like I said, I mean, I'm a passionate player out there. I want to always help this team win and do the best to make this team win. And I put a lot on my shoulders, put a lot of pressure on myself, and I wasn't happy with that second turnover especially. I want to make sure I'm doing better than that and helping this team win better than that. And it's just frustration. Sometimes you got to get out of your body, and after that I felt relieved. And better.
Thanks, Mitch.
Sheldon, how much does this one sting?
I mean, all losses suck.
What went wrong from 3-1 up from your perspective?
Well, I mean, 3-1 is one thing, but game starts to go away on us in the second period. I mean, I thought we actually had a real good first period. Looked a lot more like we can look like and the way we want to look. It wasn't a perfect period by any means, but there was a lot of really good signs of life there for us. We're hoping that would continue through the second. Felt that if it were to continue, that we could really break the game open and come alive offensively. And the second periods have been a real problem for us here on this trip. It's been a real struggle to get out of our end. And then when that's the case, you got a lot of tired people on the ice, and then that kind of snowballs. You can't get guys off, and then it sort of ruins their legs the rest of the way. I thought the second period caused a lot of problems for us, yet we are in a position to win the game. It's a huge shorthanded goal to start the third, and then we give them life back when we have the game under full control. So, there's stories within the game for sure, but for me, that second period, the game could be 4 or 5-1 if we continue to play the way we were playing going into the third, but instead, it's within striking distance for them, and then obviously, we let them have life.
Mitch took a lot of the responsibility for the 2 turnovers. When you have highly skilled guys like that can make plays, how do you strike the balance of being responsible and having the skill and the freedom?
Well, you just got to know what's going on in the game. Everybody has to be responsible for their touch of the puck. I mean, we've talked about it, with our defense earlier in the trip, and all through each game, there's lots of touches, lots of plays, and you just got to kind of know. I think. On both, both are well intentioned and everything like that. It's just a tough play. So we gotta manage those plays better. We also have to have better support around it. So if things go bad, we're in good spots. On both of those that resulted in goals, guys without the puck off the turnovers aren't in position to help out. So there's lots of blame to go around there.
There's bound to be a lot of noise at home next couple of days before you guys play again. How do you guys deal with that?
We're used to dealing with noise. It's not new.
What's the path out of this?
Just got to keep playing. I mean, like I said, there's lots of signs in the game here today. It's such a fine line, right? I mean, anytime you get in these overtime games, it can change so much. I mean, there's a puck laying on the goal line, and then 15 seconds later, it's in our net, and it changes the whole mood and vibe. So we can't get too worked up in the result today. Just to continue to focus on the process because, like I said, in an overtime game, it can go any way, and you get a win, and it changes everything for you. We just got to continue to focus on the things that we did well here today that gave us a chance to win the game. We'll continue to get better at the things that, the reason why we gave up the point.
Speaking of the white noise, let me add to it. Do you worry that your job might be on the line if you can't turn this thing around?
I'm just going to focus on what I can do here. I got a job to do with the group. Our group has responded in the past. I thought we were responding well here today. Again, we look back to how we started last season. It was a pretty similar game in nature to this one that, it's overtime and we get the win and it changes things for us. Obviously, we don't have that feeling going home here now, but we certainly have lots of reasons to continue to work and get better. We've got to get home and get rested, get some healthy bodies in our lineup here soon too. So those kind of things will give us a boost in and of themselves.
After the timeout, they continued to push. Are you concerned that your message isn't getting through?
No, I mean, listen. They have momentum. We're winning in the game. You're playing a team that's losing. They're going to push. They're going to have that. I'm not as concerned as that. I mean, I think, like I said, I think the effects of the second period and the back-to-back and all those kind of things come to play. Those are factors. That's real. But again, when you have the game in control, you got to manage it better, so you're not even putting yourself into those spots to begin with.